Well, good day, YouTubers. I wanted to take the opportunity to do a walk around because I couldn't find anything similar to this on here of the PRV 18sw2200. This is a dual 2-ohm coil sub in an 18-inch version. My first impressions out of the box, as you can see on here, it's got a real nice pressed paper cone. And I don't know if you can catch this. I'll try and capture it. They did a really classy job, almost like silk screening the PRV logo on the dust cap, but from far away you can't catch it. I like that much better than putting a big bold PRV symbol on there. So that'll actually disappear in anything other than direct sunlight maybe. One thing I noticed that I would like to actually have them change, the gasket material on here, as you look at it a little bit closer, is a medium density foam, but it's perfectly flush with the frame itself. So if you were going to do a reverse mount into a baffle on this, more than likely this is going to allow some air to leak by. They probably would be better served with a high density foam that sticks out a little bit further, or if you are going to do a reverse mount, you're going to need to find something to put in between your actual boxer enclosure and this piece itself. Another thing I noticed by looking at pictures, I mean, this is to a T a copy of a BNC, I believe it's a TBX 100 18-inch woofer. The spiders appear to be a little bit different, but the frame itself and the design looks almost identical. One thing that kind of stood out to me when I was handling this woofer, the frame itself, while still very structurally sound, wasn't quite what I was expecting. I just thought it'd be a little bit thicker. It resonates a little bit, as you may be able to hear. It's still perfectly fine probably for the application. It's just when I compare it to my JBLs or some of the other woofers I've handled, the RCFs, it's not quite as substantial. As you look through here as well, the basket has fins for cooling. There is a very small gap between the top plate and the basket itself to allow air to escape through here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and flip it over real quick. Sorry about that. Here you can see both of the terminals are nice spring-loaded push terminals. As you can see on the side, they give it an optimistic 4,400 watts. I will do another video actually putting power through this. This is more or less just an opportunity to do a walkthrough, or a walk around. In terms of venting, they've done a very fine job. You got the big pole vent, it's radiused. You've got periphery venting. I actually wish I could turn on my flash right now. Unfortunately, I can't. One thing that stood out, which unfortunately I can't get the right angle right now, as you look through here, maybe we'll catch it. This is supposed to be an interleaved or an inside-outside voice coil. As you look through these periphery vents, it's very clearly it's a 4-layer coil, probably 2 layers apiece, but it is not an inside-outside coil. All the windings are on the outside of a blackened former. I believe it's supposed to be a Kapton former. It is copper winding. So I actually have sent a message out to PRV to see if they can get back with me on that piece. I mean, to be a true copy, I know BNC and RCF do that for a lot of their woofers. But nonetheless, for the money, it looks like a really good driver. We're going to go ahead and test it and compare it to a JBL 2241 that I've got. I've got probably a 6.5 cubic foot Yamaha enclosure that we're going to go ahead and try this in. I'll reverse engineer the tuning on it. But nonetheless, pretty excited about it. Looks to be a good quality, good build quality. I'll get a couple of the other things resolved through PRV in terms of the question about the voice coil itself. But definitely worth a try. Thanks.